Hello and what's up, everybody? This here is a lost Roman traveler taking you to Oracle Park, home of the San Francisco Giants. Now, if you notice that deep sign I just went ahead and released in the beginning of this video, it is because of last night's call against the San Francisco Giants in the bottom of the ninth. I mean, it's not too much of a laughing matter, but, being a fan, and not even a fan of Giants, just watching that game, I just couldn't realize or come to grasp or grips of how bad of a call that first base umpire went ahead and did to end the San Francisco Giants season. If y'all don't know what I'm speaking about, just go ahead and watch this video real quick.
No balls, 2 strikes. And Flores, did he go? He did! And the game ends! A swinging strike 3.
No.
Gabe Morales rings him up. The game is over, and the Los Angeles Dodgers are headed to the National League Championship Series.
Generation. I didn't think he went on the slider from Max. Gabe Morales thought he did.
Boy, what a way to end the game.
Oh,
man, he didn't
boy,
go.
that's bad.
I don't think he went.
That's bad.
Can't end the game that way. But it's over. It's not reviewable. It's in the books. Max Scherzer closes it out for the Dodgers.
Alrighty, y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you why that particular call by the first base umpire was horrendous, and in reality the game should not have ended that way. So as you see there, I have a purple notebook on the floor, and that's going to resemble, or in our case, be the plate, okay? So, as the batter, okay, this is the plate here, okay? So, on a check swing, what the so-called rules are is that once a hitter begins the path of his swing, okay, if he crosses over the plate, as you see here now, this bat head or the bat itself is crossing the plate, and he ends up checking his swing like this. Initially, it will be called a strike. Why? Because the bat head has passed over the plate, even though he checked the swing. So it will be called a strike. It's the same thing as if a hitter was to swing and miss on the pitch, right? See? He swings and misses, it'll end up becoming a strike. Why? Because the bat head is already crossing the plane of the plate. Same thing on a check swing. Okay? Boom. Crossing the plate of the plane. Now you have some other check swings where a hitter will go like this, where they're definitely crossing, and then they'll try to pull back quickly. Even if they go ahead and pull back quickly, the bat head still crossed the plane of the plate, which initially would be called a strike. Okay? So, on Will Flores' case, the bat head never, ever crossed the plate. If you saw on the video, this was his check swing. Boom, right here. It's not crossing the plate whatsoever. It was boom, back. Once again, boom, back. Boom, back. It wasn't all the way out crossing the plate. It was not even halfway. It was right here. And then pulled back. And the umpire still went ahead and called it a strike. That has to be one of the worst ways to end a season for a team. Alrighty, so I hope I went ahead and explained it at least good enough to give you an understanding of exactly what happened in that play. And I know the angle must not have been the best, but I'm working with what I got, especially on that explanation equipment that I have available at my disposal at the moment. So, like I was saying, that is one of the worst ways to end a season because it didn't fall on the player, okay? It fell on a bad call by an umpire. And I think what's worse is you know that player is going to go to the video replay. Even though at that moment, I'm pretty sure Will Flores knew that he did not break the plane of the plate. He knew he checked his swing. And it's only going to feel worse when he goes to check the replay and know that he is right. Okay? And as of right now, and I'm pretty sure there will not be no repercussions whatsoever for that first base umpire making a horrendous call. And this is nothing new in baseball. You know, there are horrendous calls plenty of time, whether it's on the bases, on the field, at the plate. That's why you have this growing number of fans and individuals calling for more rules or more implication or more implementations of the video replay, okay, and also robot umpires when it comes to called strikes and called balls. So that way we don't have these type of calls, okay? Because at the end of the day, you had no idea what would happen if the call was made correctly, okay? So if the umpire did not blow that call and call them safe on a check swing, now the count is 2-2, forcing Max Scherzer to go ahead and deliver another pitch. Now, as of right now, it's all what ifs because it's over. The Dodgers get the call and they end up heading to the NLCS for a rematch against the Atlanta Braves. However, now with the count 2-2, you never know if Max Scherzer F's up on a pitch. Maybe he throws a cement slider. And what a cement slider is that basically it's a slider that's not breaking. Okay, and normally when the slider doesn't break, it's easy for a hitter, to go ahead and actually put a good swing on the ball, and normally it will travel pretty far if you hit it right on the screws. Or maybe he throws a fastball right down the middle of the plate and Will Flores connects. Okay, maybe Will Flores hits a 2-run home run to send the Giants, okay, to the National League's Championship Series to face the Braves. Maybe Will Flores just gets a hit, okay, and keeps the inning going for the next batter. Maybe he gets the count to 2-2. Maybe at the end of the day, Max Scherzer still strikes him out. You never know what could happen, but it's just horrific to see such a great series between two 100-plus win teams and on such a bad call. And it's a universal bad call. It almost felt as if that first base umpire just wanted to get the heck out of there. Honestly, it was just like, done. And then he just starts walking off the field. Like, you're like, you know what? I'm tired of this, y'all. Let's go ahead and just be like, oh, you know what? It looked like he went, ugh. And he did not go whatsoever. And if I am a Giants fan, I would be completely livid that is how the season ended. It doesn't give you closure in a sense as a fan of that team. It's not like he popped out. It's not like he actually swung and missed to strike out. It's not like, you know, the game ended on a fantastic play where maybe he hits a ball in the gap in the outfield that stretches out and makes a tremendous catch. No, it was on a bad call, and that there is no closure when it comes to a fan and bad calls in any sport. Because as a fan of any game, whether it's MLB, NBA, NHL, you know, MLS, NFL, whatever, you never want games to end on bad calls. You always want it to be the correct calls. You always want to make sure that it's in your hands, the game, and not in the hands of the officiator. And that's exactly what happened in this game. And for Giants fans, I understand that they will be extremely livid and probably going on a curse storm or a cursing frenzy on Twitter and all different social media applications out there, because I get it. There's no reason why that should have been called a strikeout when Will Flores clearly checked on that play. But nevertheless, we have a rematch of last year's NLCS. And if you've seen my other videos, I have stated that I'm pretty sure, okay, in my heart, I feel it in my soul, that the Braves at the end of the day wanted to face the Dodgers just to seek that redemption. Like I said, last year, the Braves were up 3-1 on the Los Angeles Dodgers. And I'm going to reiterate this fact again. If the Braves were in the media market of Los Angeles, Boston, Philadelphia, New York, everybody would come to agreement in those specific media outlet markets that they choked. And we all know that they choked. They were up 3-1. And they let the Dodgers come back to win 3 games to advance to the World Series, where the Dodgers eventually beat the Tampa Bay Rays to win the World Series championship. I believe it was their first in anywhere between 30 to 32 years. Okay. So I know deep down that the Braves wanted that rematch. And me as a fan, I wanted that rematch as well. I wanted to see the Dodgers versus the Braves. But I did not want to see the Dodgers advance the way that they did. Now, at the end of the day, the Dodgers, the call went in their favor. Okay? I still think that the Dodgers were the superior team against the Giants, but the Giants played phenomenal all year long, and no one ever thought that the San Francisco Giants were actually going to win the National League West. And not only win the National League West, but win 107 games. This felt like a magical season for them, and for it to end the way that it did on a bad officiated call, I just don't know what else to say as a fan of baseball. And to all the San Francisco Giant fans out there, it should have not ended the way that it did. Y'all should have a sense of closure to the season. You really should. There is no closure to the season because of how it ended the way that it ended. So yeah, it was just bad officiating by the umpire. That's why now you have renowned calls to beef up the video replay for Major League Baseball, because they could replay things like home runs, if you were caught stealing or not, trying to go to second or third, or if, for example, someone trapped the ball. And what trapping the ball means is if a hitter hits the ball into the outfield, and by the naked eye, it looks as if the outfielder caught the ball, but in reality, what happened was that they moved their glove in a certain way where the ball actually hit the ground, and then they actually trapped it with their glove. That's what trapping means in the baseball terminology. So they could go ahead and replay things of that nature, but there is no replay on strike calls or check swings. Major League Baseball will have to look at this game and reconsider the rules, because I guess, even though it's wrong to say this, you could get away with it in the regular season, but when it's the postseason, there's so much on the line that you always want to make sure you get the correct call. So even if the video replay rules changes just for the postseason where everything could be replayed, that would be a start. It really would, because you cannot have playoff games and the way that this Game 5 between the Giants and Dodgers ended. You just can't. Like I said, it was just a bad officiated call, and I hope that Major League Baseball actually reviews the criteria of what meets for video replay. So, once again, this here has been a Lost Roman Traveler coming at you with another MLB postseason video. This time it was from Oracle Park and a heartbreaking way. So, kudos though to the San Francisco Giants for a 107-win season, but y'all deserved much better than that blown call. Alrighty, y'all. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful day. I'll be coming back at you once again tomorrow with the review of the first game of the American League Championship Series, which is today at 8 o'clock on Fox between the Boston Red Sox and the Houston Astros, a New York Yankees fan's worst nightmare. Y'all have yourselves a good day.